What is up, beautiful people of the internet? As always, this is Patrick, Full Primal Power, your mom's favorite power lifter. And today we have a training update. We've got squats, we've got bench, we've got deadlifts from this week going on in this video. But I know you guys have the attention span of goldfish, so I'm just going to throw up some Subway Surfers video to keep your attention span longer than all of 5 seconds. But we're not going to talk about the lifting today because, you can only watch heavy circles go up and down so many times and someone saying, well, I do this specific thing with this so many times, so let's go on a little bit of an off-tangent rant today. And that is going to be about the luxury pet known as children. Now, I know a lot of people out there have an enthusiastic love for the baked good known as cream pies. And those have the negative side effect of spawning little trophies that you cream pied someone, and you got to raise those trophies and make sure they don't die at a young age, or they make it past a certain threshold of living where you can feel proud that you successfully raised a cream pie. I'm 26. My wife is also in her 20s. Do not express a female's age online. I got a foot in my mouth right now, so I'm just going to move on. We've been married for 5 years, and oftentimes we'll go to social places, and after I explain that I don't consume alcohol, people will be like, oh, so when you're having kids? And I'm like, no, let's go off of a little rhyme that I produced in my 15-second rap career call. If you nut, make sure it's in her butt, on her gut, or on her face. Those are good places. We are not going to have children. It is not in the cards for us, and we have our own personal reasons for that, but everyone, their mother and their grandmother feel like they need some sort of explanation because you have to have some sort of thing wrong with you if you don't want children. And I have a list of logical reasons why having a luxury pet known as a child is not a good idea. First of all, look at the economy, and let's take a second to realize that the inflation rate is out of control, and let's move on to the next topics. So if you go on to open powerlifting and filter it by total all time, and I don't want to sound conceited or anything, but I honestly don't look at anyone below me because total's all that matters, and the only people you should keep your eyes on should be the people ahead of you. So if you look, you'll see something a little peculiar. If you gotta dig into their Instagrams, the links that they have associated with their names, and you're gonna notice that everyone who totals above 2,300, with the exception of 3 people, do not have children. That would be Hafthor Bjornsson, JP Price, and Super Dad, who we hosted on the 2,300 podcast a while back. Now, there are a lot of things that may go into this, and there's factors associated with children that is directly disproportional to progress within powerlifting. The 3 major aspects that you need to keep an eye on if you want to be successful in powerlifting in any capacity is sleep, food, and stress. You need to optimize your sleep, get a CPAP, or tape your mouth shut so you got nasal breathing while you're sleeping, according to Shane Hunt and a couple of those optimized breathing people. You got to make sure that your food is on point, because if you want to succeed, if you want to fuel your progress, fuel your recovery, you have to be eating right, not just the right amount of calories, but the right types of foods to aid in your digestion and the efficiency of the micronutrients going into your body. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't have the authority to tell you what exactly you need to be eating. However, I do have a nutritionist, I don't want to say on staff, but I hired a nutritionist to do my nutrition planning for me, and I stick to that plan to a T for the most part. I have coffee every day, and that's the only thing that I have that's not on the plan, and that's a non-negotiable because coffee is the breath of life. I only have 1 cup of coffee because I don't want to have over 90 milligrams of caffeine because I don't want to disrupt my sleep, which is another thing. So sleep, food, stress. Children are stressful. Children in themselves are disgusting little beings. They are kind of just little potatoes that you just got to make sure roll around every little bit and make sure they don't die. I don't have any kids. I don't plan on having any kids, and here's why. My old coach, Greg Panora, had a child, and the first year that he had this child, he divulged to me that he lost over 100 pounds on his bench press after having this child. And it's not out of anything that was in his control. It was the fact that he was not able to go a full night's worth of sleep, because when you have kids, the kids don't know what an acceptable time to wake up is at. You've got to wake up and take care of your kid. You got to be a good parent to them. You have to make sure that they are comfortable, that they are well cared for. And unless you're going to neglect your child, you got to do this stuff. And if you don't want to do that stuff, don't have a child. So being the good parent and raising the child, you're going to miss out on a lot of sleep. You're going to have bad days of sleep. You're going to have nights where you sleep 3 hours a night and then you have to roll yourself out of bed, go to work for 8 hours, and then go train. You're not going to have a good training day like that. And then you've got food. You've got to feed a child. So not only do you have to consider what food you are preparing for yourself, you also have to have food prepared for your child. You have to be taking care of more than just one person. That in itself is a little stressful. And then you've got the entire stress of being a parent, where it's like you have to raise the kid right. You got to make sure that you're doing the right things at the right times. I don't know the specifics because, then again, I don't have children, because I don't want to have to deal with that stuff. My main goal in life is to break the all-time world record total in powerlifting in reps. I do plan to do some competitions in sleeves, and we'll talk about where I want to go with that when it comes down to it. But my meet, the American Pro coming up, is in reps. So I'm in a group chat with my family, and my oldest brother has 2 sons. I don't know their ages because I'm a terrible uncle. And my middle brother, who's 3 years older than me, has just had a female child pop out of his spouse. So all the time, this family group chat is filled with either inspirational quotes from like Jordan Peterson and not Mike Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Cool things about space, because my family's really into space and like general relativity and stuff. Common people things. And then it gets flooded with pictures of children. Now, my brother's child, the female that popped out of his spouse, it's less than a year old, and let's be honest, it's not cute. It's gross. It looks like a potato. Don't lie to yourselves and tell yourself that children are cute. Babies look gross. They puke everything. They poop everywhere. They're a mess when they're eating, and they kind of look like they're constantly contemplating their existence, and they're just gross existences. So he'll share pictures and be like, oh, she ate carrots today. She likes sweet potatoes. And me being me, I don't care at all about this child. So I share something that I know they don't care at all about, which is gym selfies. So the group chat now has all these inspirational quotes and stuff, pictures of children and babies, and then sprinkled in immediately after every picture of a child is a selfie of me. Lots of leg selfies where I've got the veins popping out of my legs and all the right vascularity, all the right places. I got back selfies where my traps are looking real nice. I got some, I don't want to say shirtless selfies, but I'm not wearing a shirt in the selfies, but you can't see nipple, so it's acceptable to be in a family group chat. But my shoulders look good, my traps look good, and that's really all that matters. So, I mean, am I the asshole for sharing pictures of me knowing that they do not care of the pictures that I am sending because they are sharing pictures of things that I do not care about? Comment down below, like the video, share it, whatever. I need a lot of opinions on this because my wife thinks I am a hero to all people without children who don't want children for this act in the group chat, but I need the all-knowing opinion of people, strangers that I've never met and will never meet on the internet, as to whether or not I'm the asshole in this situation. Thank you for watching. Comment below what you think, and have a wonderful day.